They are making a difference on 938 Live.
Over the last 10 years, Associate Professor Celia Tan, Director of Group Allied Health SingHealth, has led a team from SGH and other SingHealth institutions to train physiotherapists in Cambodia through the Singapore International Foundation, with a program called Building Bridges in Cambodia. She was also recently involved in SGH's inaugural International Conference on Humanitarian Medical Missions. I spoke to Prof. Tan about the importance of this conference and how it could shape the community.
Basically, this is the brainchild of Professor Lee Sing Teh. He was trying to bring together like-minded people who have been on medical missions, who have a passion for reaching to neighboring countries with our clinical expertise. So he knew that I had some work in Cambodia, and so he approached me to be on the organizing com to help put together a conference that would, same thing, bring together like-minded people, share experiences, learn from one another about good practices, and of course expand our networks and our potential for outreach in other areas.
So why is it important to have a conference like this for medical missions?
I say as 2 or 3 reasons why it is important to bring together like-minded people. For one, when we were young and trying to develop our skills, someone obviously came to teach us. Either we paid for them or invited them, but they came, right? They came and they taught us, they shared their knowledge, and we developed our skills. Now we look around at our neighbors and we ask ourselves, how do we help these people? And in fact, in my case, it was also a request from someone in Cambodia who said, we need to upskill the clinical standards of our physiotherapists in Cambodia. We've seen the work that you're doing in Singapore. Could you possibly come over to help us? So it's a request. So I think to a certain extent it's a bit of a pay-forward situation. We learned in the past, so we've developed ourselves. And now there's a request. Would we, take time to reach out to other people? Why not?
So the inaugural International Conference on Humanitarian Medical Missions actually has happened already. What do you think was the most important factor that came out of it?
For me, personally, I think the ability to network with the different clinicians who have done such a mission. In fact, I was surprised at the number of people that have already, started various projects around the region, and it's good to have an overall picture of where things are, who's been involved, and the agencies that are the funders as well as the sponsors, as well as the people who actually go out to do it. It's actually kind of a melting pot for everybody, for all involved. So it's a very good conference from that perspective. Happy to bring everyone that's involved.
Medical professionals don't exactly have the freest of schedules. So what do you think is the biggest challenge in being able to push more medical professionals into humanitarian missions?
I think sometimes is sharing with them the goals of what's going to be achieved. Oftentimes people are a bit skeptical whether there's going to be a long-term value add to these medical missions. Is it a one-off, fly-by-night kind of situation? So I think if you can show people what are the long-term benefits, there's continuity, there's accountability, people will be quite enthused to participate.
I'm sure you showed them by sharing your experiences with Building Bridges in Cambodia. Can you tell us a bit more about Building Bridges?
I call it Building Bridges because, initially when you first start out a project, you think, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to be helping them, I'm going to be providing teaching and all that. But as you embark on the project, you realize that it is actually a partnership that you have to enter into. It's not a one-way street, right? Because you're going to be learning from them as well. There are things that they can teach you because it's, that's what they're doing in their culture. And then you can learn from them how they solve their problems in their cultural context. And so that partnership is important, because without that partnership, then there's no the long-term benefits or the long-term accountability may not happen. That's why I say it's actually using education as a tool to build the bridge. So if there's something that I guess we are both on the same side, so to speak. So it's them bringing their portion and us bringing our portion, and we meet and build this bridge together.
So tell us what actually happens during these missions.
So we went over, talked with various stakeholders on, how do we, you say you want to have an upgrade of your skills, so what kind of skills do you want to upgrade in? Then we scope out and find out how long it will take to develop these skills reasonably, and what are the long-term impact of these of developing these skills. After we scoped out the content of the curriculum that we want to teach, then it's a matter of now finding volunteers who are keen to go over and share their knowledge. And then on the Cambodian side, it would be to find people who would have the potential to carry on the training of the trainer model that we have selected.
And that was Associate Professor Celia Tan, Director of Group Allied Health, SingHealth, who's also behind the program Building Bridges in Cambodia. This has been They Are Making a Difference. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daphne Lim.
They are making a difference on 938 Live.